Many of you would have heard in another country the term century of humiliation. Okay. India actually had 2 centuries of humiliation with the West, because the West kind of in its predatory form came into India in the mid-18th century and continued almost exactly for 190 years after that. And it was interesting, I think a year ago, there was actually a very serious economic study which tried to estimate how much the British took out of India in value terms. And a very calculated math ended up put a number of $45 trillion at today's value. So that should give you a sense of really what happened in those 200 years. So while we will speak of all the things we shared today, the reality also is that the history of India and the West is also a history of really of famine, of slavery, of opium trade. So there is a very dark side to all of this. Now, this is the 150th anniversary of Mahatma Gandhi. It's almost on October 2nd is actually the birth anniversary. And I think it's worth a while to pause and reflect on how a leader like him actually changed India's attitude towards the West. That in 1947, when India got independence, it need not have had the kind of relationship with the West which it did thereafter. We can debate the merits of it, but I think it's extraordinary in a way that a country which struggled so long for its independence, after that actually kind of reached informal understanding or a compact, in a sense, with the West. And I would sort of regard that as really the ability to set history aside and allow, politics and economics and social connections to take over. So what you don't see in India and have not seen for the last 70 years, even at the most difficult times with the West, has been a kind of mobilization around an anti-Western sort of nationalism. It has been actually, in many ways, I would say, cordial relationships. If it was not cordial, it was certainly not frictional. And part of that was also the way we, set up our own institutions and created our own society. And at the end of the day, the fact that we are a liberal democracy, the fact that there is a governance model based on rule of law, the fact that there is social pluralism, and that we are a market economy, I think these were all really very powerful factors which actually enabled us to put that history behind us.